Good morning. Hope you guys are fine and enjoying your weekend. Very warm welcome to my live session today. I'm talking about how to heal your energy body or your energy blocks. And we're just going to understand, first of all, what is the energy blocks and what I will talk about. Now, as an energy healer, I work a lot with energy and of course, though I am a therapist and I work with hypnosis, still I feel I'm very much working on the spiritual side as well, because we're working a lot with the energy body and with clearing the blocks which is there internally, mentally. So no matter what you're working, you're actually working and clearing the energy body and the energy blocks that we carry. When I'm giving a healing session to someone, what I'm doing is I'm working with the energy body. So a healing session, many people ask, what is a healing? What are you actually doing? Is it a massage? Is it this? So it's a spiritual massage, which one of my friend mentioned, which is a very nice word of saying that I'm massaging your soul. But what exactly it is completely governed by your energy body, and your energy body regulates what you need to clear. So as though I'm not conscious of what I need to clear right now, I'm just feeling upset, I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling not good about myself, I have low self-esteem. But when you're working with your therapist is not doing much. It's just the connection with the source or the angels, whatever they're connecting with, and your energy body who governs and controls the healing process. So whatever you are ready to clear at this moment, so it's like every now and then we have a different priority, which is a problem. So right now in my life, if my teenager is a big issue because I'm going through a lot of tantrums and all of that kind of stuff, so that becomes my priority, and then my anger, my frustration is what I need to clear. So whatever is the priority at the moment for the person to clear will be cleared by your energy body. So every now and then, it's more or less like layers of the onion, and every now and then a different layer comes on the surface. So with the healing sessions, we usually suggest people to come every once a week or once in a month, wherever they feel that the energy has started to stagnate again and they need to clear their chakras or they need to clear the energy body. Well, with the this is just the healing sessions, but usually the energy blocks can be it could be something like different layers of your aura carries different energy altogether. So I'm going to show you a little diagram of what your auras actually look like. So if you see this, if you see a human there, this is just the layers of different aura that this person would carry. We all carry these different layers, and there could be a block in any different layers. So it could be you can't hear me, I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure why. Probably. Thanks for the comment, Brittany, because I was not sure that you're not able to hear me. Is this any better? Can you hear me any better? Because I'm just very close to the mic now. Is the voice any good? Sorry. Yeah, good, great, lovely. So this is your auras, different auras that you carry in your body, your energy bodies. And so the first one, which is the closest to the person, is your physical aura. And the one next to your physical aura is your emotional layer. Then it's the mental, and then it's the spiritual. So you see your spiritual layer is quite far. I am going to show you, that's great. Thank you so much, Stephanie. All right, so I'm going to read you a nice example. Now, this example is amazing because it exactly tells us the importance of energy blocks and how important it is for us to release those blocks. Now, this is an hypothetical example, just an example that this was a person called Jane, and she's being held on a gunpoint. All right, and the scenario involves Jane working in a store that is about to close. The other employee has just left and Jane has locked the main door, and she's just finishing the paperwork before she leaves. There's a knock on the door and Jane just assumes that one of the co-workers has forgotten something and has returned to get it. Without thinking, Jane goes to the main door and unlocks it, only to find that it is not a co-worker but a man with a gun. Wow. The gunman holds the gun to her head, threatens her to kill her if she doesn't open the safe. This situation is more than Jane's emotional system can safely experience, so she disassociates from the feeling and stuffs them into her cellular memories or her energy body. The following are the examples. I'm going to show you what exactly will happen if Jane will be killed in this, or is she murdered in this kind of experience. What will happen to her layers? So her physical layer, the feelings of the cold metal of the gun pressing into the back of her neck, the muscular tensions, the entire back of the body, and in the area of the stomach and adrenal rushing through the body, cold sweats, sensations of the skin. Now this is a general problem like people are going through, and sometimes it feels like because of the, but sometimes it's not. Most of my clients have these issues where they're having difficult issues with their body, they're having pains and aches which is not treated by, no matter what medications or years of medications they've taken, it is not going away. So why it's not going away? Because it was a energy block, and it has to go with a different cure. It's not the cure by taking medications. The second thing that will happen in her emotional layer, fear, feelings of fear, threat, stress, distrust, and anger will be stuffed in that kind of. So if I'm feeling angry, if that's my normal nature, why is it that my normal nature? Why am I getting angry? Why is my emotional state not peaceful? Everything is fine in my house, but still I feel that agitation, that anger. I can't trust man, I can't trust. Why is it happening? So it's a repetitive pattern because it's blocked in that layer. It's not going to clear by itself unless and until I take the right thing. What will happen in the mental layer? The mental layer, thoughts such as I'm so stupid, I can never do anything right, I am going to die, I can't be trusted, men are dangerous, men can easily overpower me. All those kind of thought patterns are blocked. Many people don't even know when we are working with a session with them, especially when we are working with a critical mind, where people have everything, they have achieved everything, they are in a very successful job and everything is fine, but they have low self-esteem and they're talking to themselves the most critical way. They're beating themselves down inside, and it is the most difficult thing that a person can go through. And when I work with the calm session, where I'm talking to the inner critic and I'm clearing that, this is the commonest thoughts, that I'm not good enough, I'm stupid, I'm not even enough. There's so many flaws inside, and this is sometimes we don't not even sure why we create this kind of thoughts. And this is because right now she's feeling all those feelings when she's on the gunpoint. Now the spiritual layer we're talking about, if Jane was killed in the robbery, the spiritual layer would preserve all the above information for each of other layers and possibly recreate it in the future lifetime. Can you experience that? Can you imagine that the person will now re-manifest whatever is blocked in every layer? So you will meet, or this person will meet, the same kind of a situation and the same kind of mistake, and inviting the same kind of energy which is going to be threatening, which will be life challenging, and same kind of man where she can go back again and say, I can't trust men, I'm stupid, I'm not good enough, and all those patterns are going to repeat and reinforce. If a similar event has occurred in the past life, say right now what she has experienced before in her previous lives, if you believe in that, then in her past lifetime experience, this new repetition of the experience will trigger the past experience, adding to the intensity of all the other layers. So everything will be add on and reinforced and made it more stronger as a belief that I'm not good enough, I can't be trusted, I'm stupid. And that's why it's important for us to understand that when we are working or with something, most of the clients that when they come here, they are only talking about the situations happening in their life right now. They are not even aware of what they're talking about right now. Is there is a package, there's an entire chain of reasons why they are here right now in this state. It's not just what has happened right now, but then there is also a lot that I'm carrying as a soul, as an energy. in all my different layers. So with your healing sessions, you can do a lot of clearing for sure. But also with my therapies, I feel they are very, very powerful and they definitely help. It's an alternative way of not naturally healing your own issues or blocks that you carry. I use many techniques. I feel most powerful ones are hypnotherapy, which I use a trance state where you are allowing all those wounds and those blocks to be on the surface, and you are able to cure and understand. With the regression session, it's always amazing because you are never sure what's going to come on the surface. The client and I can be talking about a person in the life who's being very difficult, and the entire consultation will be all about the person and how difficult that person has made their life. But in a regression session, it would be something completely different, completely bizarre, which was not even mentioned anywhere. And that was the problem. That was the root of all the issues or all the feelings and emotions that they go through. So for me, it's always fantastic to work with a regression session. They're my favorite. And it also helps me clear and understand that how powerful this work is, because like I had a client, and she had this trigger. She had a pain that was triggered in her womb. Now this triggered when she was pregnant with her first son, and they after that she started having this immense pain in her womb, and she was not sure why she's feeling this. She thought this must be just because she was pregnant, and after pregnancy it should be gone away, but it never left her. She has been living her life in immense pain, and no doctors can give her any cure. So at one point she came to me and she really requested for a session, and I just said, okay, we'll try a regression, we'll see what happened, because it triggered in a time where she was pregnant. And once we went through the experience, and she believed in past life, so we took her into a past life regression session. And in the past life regression, we realized that she was actually raped, and the person who was raping was the son in the womb, and the same energy. So even in the sessions, you can realize who the person is, and you can, those consciously you don't know, but subconsciously you can understand and realize who the person is. So every soul, when we look at them, though they are in different costumes, different bodies, and but we sometimes feel very good meeting them, and sometimes we feel very bad meeting them. So this was a natural trigger for her energy body, because the energy body realized this energy coming inside her womb is something that she was not had a traumatic experience with in the past life. And it took us just 1.5 hours for her to release that pain, because in the session I definitely give them power to change all that blocks and clear all that blockages, so when they come out of the session they can feel completely different, and that energy that was blocked can be shifted. So yeah, after the session I asked her, how she's feeling about the pain, and that pain was always there. It was immensely painful, and then she said before the session that I had to live with that immense pain, and now it's like a part of me. But after the session, she said that the pain is completely gone. Now that's not just one person that has told that to me. Now there has been many experiences with different people talking about being breathless and realizing it, that in the past life they had, it could be many births before this birth, and in some of the past life where they were hit by something big and they had to die in that kind of trauma, where they were feeling breathless and there was no one there and they feel trapped. Sometimes it's a fear of unknown, because they felt that there was something unknown which has hurt them or had killed them in the past lives. So whatever the block is, unless and until we clear, it's not going to go away. And for me, it's always eye-opening, because I have such different variety of clients and all different problems that they talk about. And with the sessions, we realize that okay, this is because of this, and that gives more clarity to me to understand this work better. That everything that we see and understand as an energy block is not necessary, or the physical problem or spiritual or emotional problem is actually not that. It is completely a different experience, and it could be something very different that is blocked as a energy block, and it could be in any different layers. So when we are working, we're not really working mental health, though we talk about mental health, but it could be something absolutely different, and it could be something from the spiritual layer, or it could be something from their physical trauma that they've gone through. So yeah, I work with a lot with hypnosis, trance state, but I also recommend everyone to take something called as calm sessions. Now, these are the new sessions or techniques. There are lots of new techniques with mental health, and they are great. Just like the doctors can invent lovely stuff, like the scientists and all this lovely vaccines or viruses, I should say. But we all are actually, wherever we pay our attention, our energy starts to flow, and that thing starts to grow. So we are growing a lot with mental health work and the spiritual work, and we have designed and created such lovely techniques which are extremely powerful. So the calm technique is called the rapid emotional technique, and it works like magic. It with all my clients, the reviews that they give me is amazing, because it shifts. I have seen the shift. Like, if you are an energy intuitive, you will know, staying in this room, what happens. Like, my clients will be crying before the session, they would be beating themselves up with all those kind of thoughts. I'm not good enough, I'm stupid, I'm all this kind of stuff. And after the session, it could be 2 hours, it could be 3 hours, it's a massive session. I take a lot from my clients when it's in the session, and when they are in the session, it's a massive shift. And you should just be here to feel the sense, the energy, how it completely shifts. I have a lot of reinforcement of how you can have that self-esteem, changing the thought patterns, changing the emotional patterns or the blocks, clearing it all permanently, so that when they read their own, I make them write that down, just for an evidence that you have written this, you are not good enough, you're not. And then when they read that, they say, this is not me, I have not written that, because that doesn't that has no connection to their any auras, anybody, and it's like complete disconnection from that emotion or that block. And they're like, no, I'm good enough, I'm enough. Actually, I don't really feel I'm stupid, I'm quite clever. So their entire block pattern or the thought pattern in the mental layer is completely changed, the emotions change. The main purpose why I do this work is, I feel personally that every soul has taken a body to live a life full of happiness, full of peace, and really full of inner joy. We are not here to sulk, we are not here to suffer, we are not here to feel that miserable feelings. We are here to really feel that being mindful and being present in this moment, and being gratitude, having that gratitude and feeling so much joy for this moment. It's not because we are here to suffer. And if we are doing anything else but feeling joy and happiness in our heart, there's something which we need to shift for sure. Some inner work is required there. That's the work, that's my compass, that's what I work with. I want all my clients to come to that state of inner peace, inner joy, where they're happy, where their heart chakra is feeling full of joy and happiness, and they have a lot of self-esteem and self-love. So I love to work with a lot with inner child, and tomorrow we'll be talking about more the inner child work. So that calm session is great as well. NLP, to an extent, I integrated with my calm sessions, because I'm an NLP practitioner as well, and I do a lot of shamanic and other holistic work. So what I do is I integrate them all to bring that change that I want in my clients, what they expect in that session. And every client has told me that after a calm session, they feel a lot calmer, their mind is quieter, there's a definite shift in their energy. So that is just my therapies and what I do in my therapy works, but also my holistic work. I say definitely you can find a lot of help with the holistic work. Now, if you are very much into spirituality and you feel, therapies, I don't really believe, many people don't believe in hypnosis, because it's a self-consent state. If you don't believe in it, it doesn't work. But if you can work on a healing session, so I work a lot with healing, which is an hour-long session. You give me, you trust me, and you give me the permission that I can send that energy through my palms and connecting through the angels and the source to bring the right intentions. So because the power is in your thoughts, what intention you send, the minute you are aligned with your energy and your energy blocks are cleared, every thought you create has the power to be manifested immediately. So when I am sending the energy and you're okay to receive that, we can clear lots of massive stuff from your layers. So I'll be able to clear it from your layers. Other than that, I also tell people to take attunements. Attunements are, I love them because I found a lot of shift happens in just one attunement. I always recommend people to, what are attunements? Okay, attunements is a power that a healer can pass on to you. So it's nothing that you're doing from your side. It's a power that the healer can pass to you as a gift. And then you are aligned with that energy ray, and then you can pass it on to anyone. You can do healing sessions, you can clear a person, different auras, because you're clearing your stuff. Now, IET, integrated energy therapy, is one way of how you can clear the energy blocks. It works on all these 4 layers. This manual is from the IET intermediate level, which is talking about the layers, because we work on this. So every attunement works on a DNA strand. And initially we start with the physical and mental layer. Then we go to, physical and emotional layer. Then we go to mental and karmic layer. And then we work with the soul level. So it allows us to clear massive stuff with just one attunement. So after an attunement, taking a break and then allowing all that to be cleared, that means everything will come on the surface to be cleared. And then you go to the next attunement. It's just one day. Usually it's a retreat with the basic, intermediate, advanced, that what I provide. Attunements are, it's few hours at least, takes 6 to 8 hours, because it's an explanation of how you can be a healer, how you can treat yourself, your loved ones. So attunements would be a retreat, like a weekend. It could be a retreat. And healing sessions is definitely just 1 hour. The other thing I suggest, most people would come to me for Kundalini Reiki, because they are very, very much, it's a powerful, very powerful energy work. And Kundalini Reiki is so immensely powerful. If you're starting your healing work or you're starting to be spiritually aligned, then don't start with Kundalini. It's really powerful. So allow yourself to take something friendly, mild, but powerful, like IET, integrated energy therapy. And then you go for the attunements of Kundalini Reiki, because they are massive stuff and it shifts huge stuff. It's like it brings the shift or the changes that is required in your life. So yeah, that's a massive stuff as well. So then you can bring in other add-ons, like there are 3 attunements for Kundalini Reiki. Then you can go for also sunlight or full spectrum. That's what I offer. But of course, in the market, there's a lot of attunements. The only thing it has to be clear for a person, I feel personally, is that I need to sense who I am taking the attunement from. Because if the vessel is not clear through which the energy is flowing, then I'm not comfortable in that kind of receiving part. So it has to be that the person has to be mentally, emotionally, and what is their lifestyle like, what is their diet like, what is their mind like, what are their habits. It's important for me personally, because I try and keep myself with the sattvic food, which is pure vegetarian, no onions, no garlic, and I try and do my meditation, keeping my mind clear. So I work a lot because I feel if the vessel is clear, then the energy is the purest that I can offer to my clients. So I personally feel that is important for me, and that's just a piece of advice that I would suggest you to investigate and think about before you're taking any attunements, or because I've heard people, when they are passing on the attunement or healing sessions also, and that the other person can start to feel sick about it, and that's not nice, isn't it? So making sure that you are taking it from the right people and they're connected with the right energy, because you are trusting someone to send energy into you. You're opening your energy field, so you should be sure what you're opening yourself to, because you're trusting, and it can block your energy as well. So making sure that you're connecting with the right energy, and it's a massive clearing. It helps you realign towards your soul purpose. That's the main objective of all the attunements. It helps you remember why you've taken this birth, to find pure joy, to be happy, and what can make you happy, what can realign and bring that shift so that you can be balanced and you can have that lovely feeling of inner joy and contentment inside. So just imagine people have gone through so many traumas, so many blocks from past lives, if you believe in, and they are carrying all this stuff, all that blocks, and it triggers every now and then. Whenever the situation happens, it triggers something. A trauma has been triggered from the past. I'm not even aware, but I'm reacting in a different way. I'm not feeling good. I have that heaviness inside my breath, and I'm feeling heavy about it. And that is not going to go by itself. It is not going to go unless and until I am in a very deep state of meditation, and there's a realization, or there's a trance state, or I'm clearing it through a therapy or a session. It's not going to go by talk, honestly. I've tried that. It doesn't go by talk, because talking is very much conscious mind. I can talk about quit smoking. I can talk about I should stop eating this, but it doesn't work like that, because my willpower or my programming has not changed. To change that, I have to go or allow someone to go in my subconscious and reprogram it, really. That's that simple. So once it's reprogrammed, there's new suggestions that I'm not going to eat junk food or comfort food, or no sugar or no greasy food. Unless and until I do that, it's not going to be natural and normal. So I have to clear this. I have to allow someone that I can trust to access my subconscious mind, reprogram and put in the right suggestions in, or else take attunements, because then things starts to come on the surface. Now, attunements are not small. I have seen many people after the attunements, they feel, because everything that they have not worked on come on the surface, and they come to me, can you please help me, because I want to release this. I don't want to put it back under the carpet. And then I'm using my hypnosis or my calm sessions to actually clear all that was on the surface, so that once they have emerged, it's time for them to clear it. Or else they can keep putting it, stuffing it down, and then they're saying, maybe next life, or just living with that pain. And I don't understand why people want to live with the pain, when you can have the options to invest in yourself and really get it all cleared. Live a life full of happiness and joy, and be mindful of every moment. It's so beautiful. No matter it's raining or it's gray, it's all shades and it's all beautiful. So enjoying every moment with in the best of your heart and soul, feeling good about yourself in every single way, and gratitude in your heart. That's the best way to live a life. And that's what I try and work with my clients with, so that they can have that smile back, and they're not beating themselves inside, and they're not struggling inside with every day-to-day things. So yeah, that's a little bit there about the blocks, and how important it is to realize that they are not going to go by itself. They keep re-manifesting. We're going to keep trapped unless until we learn the lesson that we need to learn to shift it. Everything that is manifested in the life is sometimes to make us realize it, so that I can see. So any person who triggers pain inside you, or triggers all that anxiety, all that trauma, many people come and they say, when I see someone in authority in front of me, I can't do the work which I can normally do. So why does that happen? So there is something, every person that can trigger a feeling which is too much or painful or heavy. That's your friend that is telling you or showing you, will take you down to the root of your problem. Because sometimes the most important thing is, what is the problem? What is that I have to shift? Most people are not even aware of what they need to clear. So that will bring us to that place of realizing, this is the trigger, this is my problem. So say for example, anger. If I'm working with my anger, I realize I have anger issues, then I have to see and observe, what is it coming. I have to read it honestly, that am I, when I'm hungry I feel angry, or is it when I am not I'm very tired after an exercise that or sore, then I feel angry? Or is it when I'm not getting good sleep that I get angry? What is it, the root? And is it because around some people that I feel more angry? What am I trying to do to try and not accept their behavior? Is it that they are really mean to me, or is it just a habit that they are not clean? I like to keep things clean, and they're not clean. They're very very unorganized. So what is it that triggers disturbance inside me? And then I have to ask questions, and because that's a big work as well. If you want to try it yourself, or clearing all this energy blocks, you can do a meditation on self introspection, having self talk. That's one way where you can go deep in meditation. Take a question. It can be lucid dreaming before going to bed, taking that question, and in your dreams your subconscious will process and find out the root of your problems, of why you're having this. It could take you to past life experience and show you the root of your problem, but it won't solve it. But it will, sometimes just seeing it is also a way of healing, clearing. Knowing is very important. So yeah, there are many things there, and I have just thrown a lot there on. So in this video, and I know it would be lots of questions that come on the surface. Maybe it will be a bit more clearer. But wherever you are, if you have questions, if you want to know more, and you want to something connected there, something that you felt was making sense for you, and you want to ask question, you want to contact me or connect to me, you're more than welcome to just drop in a message there, and I'll be more than happy to answer or give you a call back and answer your questions. And you're more than welcome to come in the clinic, and I'll be really honored to help you in your journey, if there's anything I can help you with. So thank you so much for tuning in, and for all the comments, and letting me know that the voice was not clear and everything.